Hi, I'm Michelle Smart. I'm an enrolled agent trying to keep you updated on the latest on the employee retention tax credit. Sorry if I have not been able to do a video. As you know, it's a major tax deadline on Tuesday. The biggest news, of course, is that Romney, Tillis, and Manchin introduced a bipartisan legislation to repeal the COVID area ERC tax credit. This is very important to all of us because this would retroactively end the ERC applications as of January 31st, 2024. And at this moment, we have until April 15th of 2025 to continue filing for the ERC for the year 2021. The big question is, will they be successful in passing that legislation? So there's a lot of conversations among the tax professionals, and some are saying two of the people who introduced that bill will not seek re-election. So they are not coming back, and there's not going to be anybody to force it forward. And it's unlikely that they're going to enrage the taxpayers by passing that bill prior to the election in November. So at least we think that would be pushed into the new year. And as time goes on, most of us have been complaining across the board. The tax professionals are just having so many issues with the IRS. They are not looking good in how they are treating everyone and delaying these refunds. So I do not have a crystal ball. I cannot tell you if it will pass or not. But the problem, of course, is there are many people who are still waiting to there are many people who are waiting to file for the ERC. And as they have these threats in front of us, they don't want to pay a tax professional to file for the ERC if they're not going to get it. So effectively, they have found a way to stop the ERC, even though it's not law. In other news, they named a chief of the IRS Independent Office of Appeals. That's very timely. I wonder why they need that. So just as a note, when I'm super busy and I can't get here and give you a video, keep an eye on my community page because I am posting links to anything that I come across during the week that I just can't talk to you about. More and more lawsuits continue to be filed against the IRS for non-payment. Keep in mind, you cannot file until it's been 6 months since you originally filed. In other words, you cannot file a lawsuit until you've waited for 6 months. Most of you are there. So whether or not to file a lawsuit, it's hard to say. And here we have another lawsuit, MTH Enterprises LLC, filing for underpayment of the ERC. They just keep on coming. We even have an article today that came out in Kiplinger Personal Finance. And here's an article about how the IRS is being sued for millions on the employee retention tax credit. So what we have is people in Congress who are listening to the IRS Commissioner Werfel, who has wrongfully stated that many of these claims are fraudulent, and the tax professionals coming back saying that that is an inaccurate statement, and there is no way that he could come to that conclusion because the 941X does not describe how a person qualifies. And the IRS states in here, the IRS has admitted that they made errors in sending out disallowance letters, and they're overwhelmed, yada, yada, go on and on about the same issue that we know of. So I'm just hoping that the tides are turning and that our Congress is starting to understand the importance of this. I hope you have written to your representatives. I have under my community page a link to resistbot. It's super simple. You can go to Messenger on your Facebook account or anywhere, log in. I already have a letter there that you can copy and paste or edit as you like, and just tell them these are not fraudulent claims. We are needing this money. You are harming the small businesses. And this comes back to, if you go back and you look how Werfel became the commissioner of the IRS, he was nominated for that position, and then it was passed that he would head the IRS, and he was given this huge budget of increase. And he promised that he would not be going after the small businessmen and small business women. And that's exactly what he's done. When I talk to other tax professionals, what they're seeing is these audits coming down on people who are just overwhelmed, barely making it, trying to dig out from under these 2 years of being closed down from COVID. So I do not see that Werfel has been keeping that promise. I am networking with a lot of other tax professionals, and I'm just seeing complaints across the board about all of the services with the IRS, how incompetent it is, how difficult it is to get any work done with them, any business done with them. They're now delaying having representation for the ERC until the end of the year. How much longer can we wait for these refunds? Now, I think this is really interesting that the IRS comes out on their news webpage and claims that they've accelerated work on the employee retention tax credit claims. Currently, they're processing 400,000 claims worth $10 billion. Well, we keep getting, yes, we're processing. No, we're not processing. I've got a few clients who've gotten letters saying that they're getting their refund. Let me know if you've got any new letters from the IRS stating that you've gotten theirs. But to me, when they're printing this in their news, and I'll leave you links to all of these, when they're printing this and saying that they're getting back to work on it, I feel like that's because of the pressure that you are putting on the IRS due to your comments to your representatives, which I really hope you're making, and using resistbot to contact your representatives. Just those complaints are adding up. Werfel has been discredited for his claims, and we need to just keep on pushing to get these claims paid as soon as possible. Again, I would love it if you would do a like so that people who are looking for this information can find my page. I tried to post the links to all the new information that I'm getting on the ERC, but your information is critical as to what's happening with you. Have you got a letter recently stating that your claim has been approved, or are you getting disallowance letters? So let me know in the comments below, and please like and subscribe. Thanks again. I'm Michelle Smart. I'm an enrolled agent.